Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into ACIM Lesson 126, which states, "All that I give is given to myself." We're going to unpack this concept because it completely flips our normal understanding of reality right on its head. We'll break down the psychology of it so you can apply it directly to your everyday life.
So the core lesson is exactly that. All that I give is given to myself. Now, the text openly admits this idea is completely alien to how we normally think. Usually, if you give something away, well, you have less of it, right? You lose it. But this lesson is proposing a total, radical thought reversal. It's telling us that giving and receiving are actually the exact same mechanism.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the radical idea, move into the illusion of separation, then look at the ego's flawed forgiveness, true forgiveness explained, how giver and receiver are one, and finally, wrap up with the daily practice.
Section 1. The radical idea. The text makes this absolutely incredible promise right out of the gate. It says that if you truly, fundamentally believe that all you give is given to yourself, you would instantly experience complete forgiveness, total certainty of your goals, and a sure direction in life. You literally wouldn't hesitate for a second to use it. But let's be real with each other. Most of us just don't believe it yet. We're operating in a completely different reality.
Section 2. The illusion of separation.
So the text refers to our default mindset as the ego, and it defines it in a really straightforward way. It's the thinking of the world that believes other people are completely apart from you. It's this grand illusion of total isolation, the idea that you're the main character and everyone else is just, a background extra running their own totally separate script.
The symptoms of this illusion are literally everywhere. We walk around believing we're completely independent agents. We think someone else's behavior has absolutely no bearing on our thoughts, and our attitudes don't affect them. If they cry for help, we think it's completely unrelated to our own needs. But here's the most dangerous part. We actually believe we can judge other people's mistakes, condemn them, and somehow remain completely at peace ourselves. It's like we think we can throw poison around without getting a single drop on our own hands.
Section 3. The ego's flawed forgiveness.
Look at how the text describes our normal, worldly version of forgiveness. It's pretty brutal, honestly. We usually treat forgiveness like a charitable whim. It's a total ego trip. We grant it to someone we deem unworthy, basically just to point out that we're on a higher moral plane than they are. And because we see it as this benevolent, undeserved gift, we feel totally justified in withholding it whenever we feel like it. Ultimately, the text points out that this kind of forgiveness offers absolutely no direct gain to you. It's just a petty, empty gesture.
The text then hits us with this brilliant, piercing question to deconstruct the whole act. Think you, the Lord of Heaven, would allow the world's salvation to depend on this? I mean, really think about that. Would ultimate peace genuinely rest on a totally undependable, eccentric whim? On whether you occasionally feel like handing out a reprieve? Obviously not. True peace simply cannot be built on something so fundamentally unsound and unfair.
Section 4. True forgiveness explained.
Here is the massive difference. Worldly forgiveness, as we see it, just maintains separation. It might put a check on an overt attack, sure, but it requires absolutely no real correction in your own mind. It has no power to restore unity. True forgiveness, on the other hand, does exactly that. The source text states that true forgiveness must heal the mind that gives it. Why? Because true forgiveness isn't about letting someone else off the hook. It is the precise mechanism intended for you to find your own peace.
Section 5. Giver and receiver are one.
The Lex lays down an absolute law here, and it's a real game changer. What has been given must have been received. If you hold on to a grievance, you are giving condemnation out, and therefore you are automatically receiving condemnation right back into your own mind. You literally cannot recognize the gifts of peace and salvation unless you offer them. If you hold back a gift, it remains unreceived by you. The act of offering peace to another person is the exact act of installing peace within yourself.
Today we try to understand the truth that giver and receiver are the same. The text is super practical here. It openly acknowledges that you are going to need help to grasp this because it is just so incredibly alien to the thoughts we're used to. But the promise is massive. It says if you can catch even a tiny, fleeting glimpse of the release hidden in this idea, it makes today a day of glory for the world.
Section 6. The daily practice.
The lesson actually provides a highly structured routine to practice this thought reversal today. First, it asks you to dedicate 15 minutes twice today. Second, close your eyes upon the world because the world's visual evidence is constantly reinforcing that illusion of separation. Third, seek sanctuary in a quiet place in your own mind where false beliefs can be laid aside. And fourth, repeat the idea and explicitly ask for help to understand what it really means. You have to be willing to be taught.
Throughout the day, as often as you can, you're instructed to remind yourself of this goal using a very specific script to anchor your mind. You tell yourself, all that I give is given to myself. The help I need to learn that this is true is with me now, and I will trust in Him. After you say this, just spend a quiet moment opening your mind to correction. Actively let those false beliefs of separation just fall away and let the healing happen.
We're going to wrap up this explainer with one thought for you to carry into your day. If this lesson is entirely accurate, if giving and receiving are literally the exact same mechanism, what are you choosing to give to the world today? Because whether it's judgment or whether it's forgiveness, that is exactly what you are handing to yourself. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you practice Lesson 126 with genuine certainty.